What's up, guys? It has been almost 2 weeks since I last checked in. Hope you guys are doing well. Uh, congrats to any of you guys who put money on a bass Barral. My last video, a bass one I did made me look good. He made me look like a genius. All right. Again, guys, just a quick recap. I don't know why he was such a big underdog against that guy. Tejas has talent. He was a champ. Um, but he had not been in a dog fight. He had not been in with a prime 154 pounder, and they gave those kind of odds. Abbas was the pro that had the experience, had been in some tough fights, and he wanted it more. Clearly, from the way he fought, you could tell from the face off before the fight, he was looking through Tejas, man. Like, this guy not gonna prevent me, stop me from getting what I want to get, achieving my dream, my goal. So congrats to Abbas, man. All right. Made some good money off that fight. All right. Now, guys, I want to talk about what could be two good opportunities this weekend. All right. Um, First off, let's talk about the Sandy Ryan versus Jade Grierson fight. I'm gonna try not to say Grierson because it's Grierson. All right. Um, Guys, a few weeks ago, I was looking at ProBoxingOdds.com, and this line caught my attention because I saw money was coming in on Jade, and I'm like, who is Jade? Who is this Jade uh, Grierson? Who is this? I never heard of this person, but I'm seeing the line drop on FanDuel, money coming in. Um, And I put a little box Rick, she was 5-0-1, really, not a whole lot. And I quickly moved on to something else. Well, earlier this week, I'm looking for opportunities to make money. And again, this line stood out to me more than anything because of the big number, seeing the fact that somebody or some gamblers put money on Jade. And I'm like, I like looking at this more. So I pulled up her fight. Her last fight is on YouTube. I cannot think of the person, the lady that she fought. I think the title of the video was Jay Grierson Gets Her Revenge or Gets Revenge, something like that. It only had like 200 views. It didn't have many views. No comments in the comment section. All right. Uh, the first 5 rounds or so was kind of choppy, kind of buffering a little bit, not the best looking footage. Um, but guys, I watched Jay Grierson fight, and I quickly realized and thought my opinion. This chick ain't no wide underdog plus 2,000 plus 1,400. All these odds I've been seeing, I don't see her being that type of underdog. Again, is it a new odds maker in boxing? Is somebody not giving her respect because she hasn't really fought in the top names? You know, you look at this chick fight, man. She has talent. Um, she is, from what I remember, she's top 10 in the world at welterweight, I believe. Um, Guys, AI told me before I watched this fight that Jay Grierson was slick. Um, and she is. She is probably, I think it's safe to say, she is one of the slickest fighters in women's boxing. She can literally have her hands down and evade your shots by ducking her head, moving her head, matrix style shit, pulling away. Um, she is good defensively. Now, I did see her get hit at times, from being, if you want to say, arrogant, not having her hands up, and I hope she doesn't do this against Sandy Ryan. I hope she, even though she may use head movement, keep her hands up to protect herself, as a secondary defense. But, guys, you know, this woman, she patterns herself after Muhammad Ali. That's who she looks up to. Um, That's who she has a tattoo on her right arm, her right bicep. Even in the choppy, buffery looking footage, I could tell that that she had that she looked up to Muhammad Ali. She views herself as a Muhammad Ali type. She bounces around, she moves around the ring, the way she evades shots, you know. I know that might seem a little humorous to somebody, but that's the way she views herself. That's the way, and I'm not reading it. This is from me watching her fight. All right, that's how she fights. That's how she moves. That's who she looks after, patterns herself after. All right, um, guys, before doing this video, hell, yesterday I saw Grierson as high as a plus 2,000 at betonline.ag. Before doing this video, I went to bookmaker.eu. Guys, Jade Grierson is as high as a plus, I think, 2270 on Bookmaker. Guys, I'm sorry. I do not see this chick being, a plus 2,000, plus 1,000 against anybody. She has talent. AI said that she has been boxing since she was 8 years old. I think she's 34. She turned pro late, but she has been boxing a long time. She also is a kickboxer. I think she teaches boxing and kickboxing. And she is a mover. She's slick. She's hard to hit. She's not a big puncher. One of her knockouts, the girl was on her feet. Actually, she had suffered like an injury, and then the ref, they kept fighting. The girl was just moving away from Grierson and not really throwing, and the ref stopped the fight. Simply because she was not fighting back. Um, but she had a draw against the girl that she fought last, and she had the rematch, and she won by decision. I don't know what happened in the fight with the draw. Maybe it was a bad decision. I think BoxRec, it looked like the referee was the one who judged the fight. All right, but Grierson has talent, man, and I do not see her being, a plus 2,000, plus 2270, plus 1,400, plus 1,100. All these odds I've been seeing, she's better than that, man. Even though Sandy Ryan is a former world champion, a lot of amateur experience. I respect Sandy Ryan. She can fight. She had a loss early in her career. She came back. She avenged the loss. She stopped Terry Harper. I think she has 3 stoppers out of 7 victories. And she lost to Michaela Mayer in her last 2 fights. The first fight was close. The last fight, I don't really know what Sandy was doing. She was not aggressive enough. She was not throwing enough. I thought she would be way more aggressive considering that she lost a title. That they threw paint on her, all that. But guys, she for some reason, she was not really letting her hands go, and she clearly lost that fight. Where's her mind at? Where's her, her mental state of heart after this? Losing her title, having paint thrown on her, losing to Michaela Mayer twice, somebody that she really did not like or respect, had like a personal beef with, you know. Plus, it looks like she's promoting her OnlyFans more than talking about this fight. Is she taking this girl for granted? Is she overlooking her, thinking that she's not on her level? Is she more focused on, OnlyFans and doing other things than boxing? So, and then on top of that, the odds makers have her favored to win by knockout, which is kind of rare in women's boxing. I mean, damn. Hell, they didn't even have Shanika Johnson favored to win by knockout against Sharetta Metcalf, all right? You know, uh, I mean, it's not like Sandy Ryan has, 100% knockout ratio in her wins or even 5 or 6 knockouts out of 7 wins. She did stop Terry Harper, but Terry Harper was on her stool. And as far as I know, she could have came out. I don't think she had a injury or anything. But guys, again, I'm baffled by these odds, man. Hey, whoever making these odds, man, thank you. Because you look at Jade Grierson fight, she has real talent, man. She is not, a plus 2270, plus 2,000 underdog. You know, So, guys, I think this could be a good opportunity if she pulls off Shock the World. Also, I don't see Sandy Ryan stopping Jay Grierson. If you want to get good odds on Sandy Ryan by decision, that's better than even money. Maybe plus 130, plus 160. I remember seeing plus 130. I can't remember if that was the highest. But look around if you think Sandy Ryan's going to win this fight, or if you want a good hedge, you can do that. But I have played Grierson on the money line in case she shocks the world. She's confident, she's hungry. This is her first fight on the big stage. She could be the former world champion. And really announce herself to the boxing world. I'm pretty sure Eddie would want to sign her if he hadn't signed her already and got some options on her. If she was to be Sandy Ryan. All right. I also put money on the draw. Um, Before doing this video, ESPN bet, and it was the highest I saw. For some reason, it took them up until fight day to put props on this fight. They're giving a whopping plus 4,000. Now they were, I bet the shit. The max bet was $50. I max bet it, so it's probably gonna drop. It might be plus 3,500, plus 3,000 now. But ESPN bet was giving plus 4,000 on the draw. Uh, FanDuel is giving a plus 3,500 on the draw. All right. Those are the two highs that I saw on the draw. Would not shock me if this fight was a draw, because I see this fight being competitive. I don't see this being a one-sided fight for Sandy Ryan. I don't see her stopping Jade Grierson. All right. So I have played Grierson on the money line, and I played the draw. Big odds. All right. Now, let's get to something that was not on my radar at all, but it caught my attention as I watched the weigh-in live yesterday. All right. And that is the fight between Mark Dickinson and Troy Williamson. Guys, I had never heard of Mark Dickinson before. I knew Troy Williamson from when he knocked out Ted Cheeseman years ago in Cheeseman's last fight. He had beaten what's the guy's name? Kieran Smith, I believe. Before that fight, he was 16-0. Beat him, then beat Cheeseman. After that, he kind of took a bit of a it's kind of been going downhill for Williamson. All right. Um, he was in a big fight with Josh Kelly that was like pick 'em odds. I think I played Williamson in that fight. I thought he had a chance at stopping Kelly because Kelly didn't have the best chin. Um, and he had a punch where he got outclassed by Kelly. All right. And after that, he has lost a couple of other fights. If I remember correctly, I think he's on a 3-fight losing streak. I think he's lost 4 of his last 5 fights. All right. Now, in his defense, he has been fighting quality guys. The guys he's been losing to, they're either undefeated, only had 1 loss. His last fight, he fought a guy that's 22 years old, that was with Top Rank. A clear age, speed gap, talent gap, all that. All right. I watched highlights of that fight. He was fighting with his hands low. He was getting hit. But the guy, had the clear age advantage on him. All right. So, you can kind of, if you want to kind of give him sort of a pass on that and be understanding, Williamson's 34. He's fighting a 22-year-old. There could be a reason why the fight went the way it went. He didn't really, to be honest, he didn't really look like he was in his prime anymore compared to how he looked when he fought Ted Cheeseman. Now this fight is at 168, and this is his first fight at 168. I watched an interview with him last night. He said that really not much of a cut for him, a very small cut. So he's gonna be feeling very fresh and strong at 68, and definitely hungry because he's on such a skid. Now, this Mark Dickinson guy, I had never heard of this guy. Guys, I was shocked at the weigh-in. This guy showed up 5 pounds overweight. All right, he came in at 173 in a 168 pound fight, and it's for the Commonwealth title, I believe. All right, guys, this guy looked like he didn't even train for the fight. He looked soft. His muscle definition was not there. I mean, the guy looked like he didn't even train for the fight. All right. So I started doing my research on Dickinson. Come to find out, guys, this guy's on his fourth trainer. All right. First he was with damn it, the guy that's with AJ and used to be with Fury. I'm having a brain fart. But he was with him. All right. Then he went back to his old coach. I think his amateur coach. Then he went to another guy. I can't think of the guy's name. Tony Sims, I think. All right. Uh, and then finally, now he is being trained by his younger brother. Yes, he is now being trained by his younger brother. When I read it on AI, a big red flag. All right, screams of Deontay Wilder working with Malik Scott. Hell, this is worse. You know, uh, guys. That was a big red flag. All right. So then I'm like, well, is this guy having some personal problems? I'm trying to figure out why could this guy, be out of shape, not making weight, look like he didn't even train for the fight. You know, well, I pull up his Instagram since he won the Commonwealth title, and that was early this year. I think he either bought a house or he moved. And then on top of that, guys, his wife, or girlfriend, whatever she is pregnant and about to have a baby. Like literally about to have a baby this month in September. All right. Yeah. So not only that, he not only is he about to have a baby this month, but his brother, his trainer brother, just had a baby in July. This is all on Instagram, guys. This is where I'm getting this information. I'm not doing anything crazy to get this information. It's all I did was to see. All right. Yes, his brother, his trainer, just had a baby in July. So his brother had a baby, his trainer just had a baby, taking on a brand new big responsibility, sleepless nights, all that. And now on top of that, he about to have a baby this month. All right. Clearly, obviously, look like these guys have other things going on in life, focus elsewhere. All right. I told my girl about this. She said that one of the reasons he might be overweight is because he might be right there alongside his lady eating. The woman's pregnant. She has to eat. Craving, feeding her and the baby. He might be like right there with her doing the same thing. Is that the reason? Is it the fact that his brother is his trainer? He not really taking that serious. Is he really gonna listen to his younger brother like he would, an older coach? He getting away from real older boxing coaches and going to his brother. Think about it. You know that screams I don't want to listen to a real coach. And I want to be kind of run my own camp type thing. All right. It's a bad look, man. You throw all those things to the pot. Is he taking Troy Williamson lightly? Oh man, this guy, he lost 4 or 5. He not in his prime anymore. All this and that. Could that be a reason? You know, um, yeah, guys. It's crazy, man. Uh, and the money has flooded in. You know, uh, you know, after the weigh-in, Williamson was as high as a plus 310 on ESPN Bet. Today he is a plus 210. All right. I watched the odds drop on BetOnline.ag yesterday from a plus 275 to a plus 222. Now I think it's a plus 210 there also. The highest you can get it right now, from what I saw, is a plus 275 on Caesars, I believe. All right. I think yesterday it was a plus 275 on DraftKings. It's dropped there. I think it's like a plus 235 now. You know, I think it was the other place was giving a plus 270. I cannot think of where it was. I cannot think, but I remember Caesar still giving plus 275. So if you want to grab Williamson by money line, look for that plus 275. That's the best I saw it. All right. Um, I think one of the books still giving a plus 800 on a knockout. You know, The decision, I think it was a plus 600. It might be down to a plus 500 now everywhere. So, but you have to look around for that. But but yeah, guys, the money's been coming in on Troy Williamson. The only reason I have not gone in even more on Williamson is, I didn't like the way he looked against that 22-year-old. And Dickinson does have talent. For us, he had a big amateur career. He did take a loss a couple of fights ago to a Japanese guy on that prize fighter thing, I believe. But the Japanese guy, I think, is 17 wins, had 15 knockouts. So the Japanese fighter had a punch. Um, but guys, big red flags on Dickinson, man. Um, Troy Williamson's IG been all about training, getting in shape. The guy looked in shape, way better shape than Dickinson looked. I look at Dickinson's last couple of weigh-ins. Not even a comparison, guys. When he fought at 60, he was shredded. He had abs. He was in great shape I mean, maybe that was 54. Yeah, I think that was he fought at 54. He was shredded. He was in shape, guys. That was the look like the perfect weight class for him. All right, then he started fighting at 60. He didn't have the abs, but still he looked in better shape. He had his muscles looked better. His biceps looked better. Looked in better shape. Yesterday he the muscles were like gone. He looked soft. He like had a belly, guys. And yeah, if Troy Williamson has enough in the tank, he might be able to pull us off and get an upset. All right, and you can still get better than even money on Williamson. All right. But again, be careful because the guy might not be in his prime anymore. But if Dickinson's not in shape, maybe it won't matter. Maybe he'll still be too much for Dickinson. So it's kind of a toss up, a good opportunity. I am going in because the guy is on the skid. It may not be in his prime anymore. So really, that's it, guys. Some possible good opportunities. Oh, I also played the draw in that fight. Um, I cannot think of where was the best odds on the draw. I want to say yesterday. I want to say it was ESPN Bet. But guys, look around for the draw also. Find the best odds you can. You might want to put a little something on there because with Dickinson not being at his best, apparently, looking like he's not at his best, could he have regressed enough to where Williamson can compete with him in a close fight and go to the decision and it be a draw? So I think the draw is on the table. I think Williamson winning the fight is on the table. All right. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Good luck to you if you play these fights or any wagers that you place this weekend. And I'll check in with you guys soon. Thanks for watching.